Alright, so where are we going? I reckon we can now go here. Oh my goodness. That's not what I wanted.
Burn it all down with fire shot.
Providing the energy converter with green energy crystals causes the altar to illuminate. This illumination will grow as the sacred tree absorbs more energy. Let's see how this does. One shots. No? Let's burn them though. Writing surfaced on the Lemorne statue decrypted. Within the moat, this statue holds is a history of the guardian of the temple garden. To reveal these truths, place the moat onto the playback device. In the distant past, a massive burning rock fell from the sky to the jungles of Euros. Once this rock, which was itself poisonous, had cooled and hardened, a small carnivorous plant took in the poison it carried. The plant did not succumb to the poison. It thrived, growing to rule over the jungle. In time, the priest, the Tsar, became the first the plant could convey its thoughts to and named it Karvix. Later, at their urging, Karvix eventually relocated to the garden within the Lemorn Temple of Memory. There it ruled as it did in the jungles, and it came to preside over Lemorn funerals. Karvix, a giant carnivorous plant that possesses self-awareness and cognitive thought. While it once coexisted and communicated with Lemorn priests using telepathic waves, one of the effects of METROID fusion is a disruption in its thought pattern, preventing it from communicating. It now sees everyone as enemies and will attack indiscriminately. It primarily attacks using its tentacles. These tentacles can be destroyed, but individual tentacles will grow back quickly through rapid cell proliferation and cell transfer from any remaining tentacles. If all of its tentacles are destroyed simultaneously, the regeneration process requires its body to generate considerable heat, forcing it to open its protective calyx to cool down. This will expose a thin mucous membrane that is vulnerable to damage. So I'm pretty sure we already had that on our logbook. Okay. We've got another one here. Writing surfaced on the Lemorn statue decrypted. Within the moat, this statue holds a history of the controller of the three towers. To reveal these truths, place the moat into the playback device. Oh, yeah, that's the one we faced off against. Which I'm fairly certain we scanned. I know we scanned it. Celios, right? So let's see. Not all Lemorn controlled power from within. In a place where dark clouds never clear, endless lightning slices the sky, and the wind and rain rage, our forebears laid the foundation for the machine era. Here, 3 giant towers were built, piercing the dark sky. These would become the birthplace of a tool able to race across the land on spinning wheels. But this harsh environment proved unsuitable for the Lemorn peoples. This was why Lemorn technologists created an artificial life form to oversee the towers. They named this life form Zelios. Its singular directive was to seek the happiness of the Lemorn. With command of the electricity flowing through the towers and the machines connected to them, it could follow its directive as it chose. Even now, with the machine era long since past, Zelios seeks the happiness of the Lemorn. Alright, see, we had that one. So I can't access these psychic recordings yet. Alright, what else? What's that? Fire blocker.
Hi, Samus. Welcome back.
Thanks.
I'll be here.
How do I replenish my shot? Oh, whoa, what's that? Ah, yep, shot ammo. Small, restores 5 shot ammo. That's good. There we go. Let's see what we find in here. Ring made of processed metals and modeled after a plant's leaf contour. Its stand is installed to a rail and is movable only while the pressure plate at the center is in use. If you have not yet mastered elemental power, come first to this place to learn and discover what the device has to teach. Huh. Device. The one who wields well the power of elements shall explore to the ends of the world and deepen their knowledge of it. Lock unit cold. Lamorne made locking system. The lock can be removed only if exposed to extreme cold. Once removed, systems will operate normally. Large gate barring access to the rear chamber. Activation of a separate device will cause it to open. My name is Vin. More than a Lamorne priest, I am one who freely commands the elements. The element of fire burst forth into this world. It was the first element that Lamorne learned to control. You must know its origins to be its master. Lock unit electric. Okay, so it looks like we have scanned an electric one before. I see. So fire allows us to get in here. Pressure plate trigger for providing the linked ring with psychic energy. The plate will sink if stood upon, which activates the mechanism. Oh, what is this? Torch wick that can be lit only by a flame that has passed through the eye of the ring. It will burn until its energy is exhausted. Ah, so I'm gonna need some more stuff here. It's stuck. Is there any way we can just blow that up? Seems that's all we can do for now. Will it malfunction again? Or will we be able to choose where to shoot? Let's see where we land. Oh, wow, okay, it caught us. So it seems to have functioned properly this time. Dude, that's insane. Imagine if humans had created something, a launcher like that. You get shot in a pod, fly throughout the atmosphere, and then it catches you. Bruh, that's insane. That's just crazy. Okay, alright. Let's get a move on here. I guess we could have taken it the other night. Instead of going the long way of running around. That was something. What kind of rain is this? Acid rain? No. Something's happening. It stopped. Green energy showers have strengthened this variant and altered its body markings, giving them a prominent green coloration. Silicon dioxide and other minerals can be shattered with a strong impact. Oh, I guess I hadn't scanned that. Barely made it, but we made it. Now that we got fire. There we go. I do like that my cannon, I have my power beam, and then I have to switch between missiles and the element. I kind of do like that actually. Web crawlers are arthropods who prefer to live in the underground areas of Soul Valley where light cannot reach. They create nests using a protein-based thread produced in the spinneret on their abdomen, which is then released from their telson. This thread is very effective at distributing impact and cannot be broken even using powerful firearms. However, it is very flammable, burning up instantly if lit on fire. The Lemorn developed tools such as wire using this thread, yet they were unable to change its flammable nature, dooming further research. Guess you can't scan that. Interesting. Perhaps it's to conserve. But charged fire shot launches several fire shots simultaneously. The added heat causes them to rotate. Uses 3 ammo. 3-shot ammo. Large amounts of psychic energy detected in the crystal in the statue's forehead. Analysis implies this charge produces an energy field for teleportation. Oh yeah, give me that. Charged fire shot acquired. Consumes 3-shot ammo to fire high heat penetrative projectiles. Press down to activate the fire shot sub-weapon. Press and hold R to charge, then release to launch a charged fire shot. Got it. Nice. Sick. We just barely got this fire shot and we have already found an upgrade for it. Good job, us! If you hadn't played any Metroid games before, such as Metroid Prime Remastered, which is the first one, in that game you do acquire different elements. You get a wave beam, you have the ice beam, you have the plasma beam, which is electricity, ice, and fire. That's normal, as usual. And there you can also find upgrades for those elements, but those are in a sense optional because you don't need them, absolutely need them to continue with the story to advance, but they do make a difference, especially with the final boss. Because spoiler alert, for fighting Metroid Prime, you do require all of the elements, as that Metroid does change its elements. You have to use all your, basically you use all of your upgrades. But having the higher level elemental shots, that they just do way more damage. They're not absolutely necessary to clear the game, but they do make a difference when you are encountering enemies. Let's make sure we save here. Now we can actually explore. I think with this we deduced that we were going to be unable to continue because we needed the fire. We needed to melt ice. Oh, it's cold. Capsule capturing platform. Catches arriving cargo capsules. A scanner built into the floor confirms if cargo arrived safely and intact. Off-grid LED guide light. Fuses oxygen and hydrogen from the surrounding environment, generating heat, light, and electricity. Cargo targets. Arrival point for capsules launched via the shipping system. Central cushioning absorbs all impact shock. Wow. Cryopod transport system. Cable transport system that runs between the laboratory and the crane loading area. Non-operational. The cryopod appears to have been abandoned. Its cooling system lost power and failed. Where are we at? Fendrana Drifts? No, we're in the ice belt. aka Fendrana Drifts. So these seem to be guiding lights. Scout bot. Cryopods abandoned after the delivery truck overturned. Battery charged at 0%, non-functional. Oh. Those look menacing. Canis morphology, snow wolf. The snow wolf is a quadrupedal creature native to the frigid ice belt. Carnivorous hunters, they patrol the territory in packs of several dozen. Upon finding prey, they will surround it to prevent escape, whereupon groups of especially ferocious young males will take turns attacking one after another. Once their prey has fallen, they typically feast in a hierarchical order starting with the alpha, with a portion reserved for pregnant females and the pack's youngest members. High metabolism enables their bodies to generate heat very efficiently, enabling long treks across their territory. Unfortunately, this means they struggle to adapt to hot environments and will succumb quickly if confronted with high heat weaponry. So, the thing about quote-unquote alphas is that like the ones who did the study, basically it was a flawed study. It's like, yeah, it's not necessarily that there is a hierarchy in terms of, yeah, there's like the alpha and there's always that one main one. They actually, wolves actually have more of like, it's through family basically. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have been using all of them. That's okay. I should have just been doing the one shots. So basically, the quote-unquote alpha wasn't the alpha because they were the biggest and the strongest. It was usually because it was the dad, and the pups respected their dad. It's like, oh yeah, that's my dad. Like, I'm gonna follow his lead because that's my pops. Now, yes, eventually, maybe one of like the younger pups would eventually work their way up and say, "Oh, sorry, pops, you're too old, and we need a new leader. We no longer agree with you." And then that's how they get the new leader. But for the most part, there's no such thing as, "Oh, that's the alpha," or "This is the beta," or "This is like the least one." Yes, they kind of do fight for resources sometimes, but they kind of just listen to the oldest one. It's usually like the wisest, the stronger. Oh man. Dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. They actually got me. Okay, so don't use the full blast. Just gotta shoot them one by one. Thought they would take more than one fire shot to destroy them, but no, it's just one and done. This is why I ran out of all my ammo. When in doubt, just use the missiles. No. There's so many of them. Am I doing something wrong here? Okay, I've survived long enough, evidently. Yeah, I needed that help. Dude, I was about to eat it again. Small-sized cargo launcher, machine error shipping system, loads supplies into reinforced capsules and launches them, but is offline. Damn, I'm feeling it. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles, use slower container vehicles. Has an extremely high weight capacity, but is currently offline. Yeah, those wolves were not dropping anything. Thunder blocker. Conduit access hatch used by maintenance tanks. Red light indicates that it's offline and locked. Pod maintenance gate currently offline. Controlled by the main control terminal. Must be online to unlock. Got the workers. There's a big one. Should have scanned it. Data terminal. Routes various kinds of data. Currently offline. Accessible once power has been restored to the entire laboratory. The laboratory. Main control terminal. Handles executive functions for the lobby and controls power to the pod maintenance gate. It can also provide access to a hologram schematic of the facility. Transport tube, a network for moving small cargo, currently offline.
All clear. I never thought I'd meet the legendary bounty hunter, Samus, in a place like this. Corporal Rigert Tokabi, Fed Sniper, Herc Unit Delta. It's good to finally cross paths with you, but tell me, where are we? We were deep in gunfire. I lost visuals, then woke with a busted comms unit and a leg to match. Now, I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it?
Mechanism, stowable rotating beam turret. Spherical cannon used for neutralizing wild animals. Uses nuclear fusion to generate piercing energy rounds. Fires up to 6,000 rounds per minute.
That is one powerful turret.
Tell me about it. Lemorne healing pot. Administers intensive care, but is currently offline. Galactic Federation Sniper Rigert Tokabi. Corporal Rigert Tokabi is a sniper in the Galactic Federation. Once a hunter working a remote world, he volunteered for Federation service in the hopes of finding stability. He enjoys solitude and dislikes working with others, always preferring to go on missions solo without a spotter. The Tokabi family has worshipped the god Solon for generations, Rieger included. He is never without his arrowhead-shaped talisman and strongly believes his continued survival is only because of its protection. Unfortunately, his beliefs are often in conflict with his missions and their use of his talents, which is source of much loathing and personal strife. Access code approved. Displaying hologram schematic of the laboratory. Hologram interactivity initialized.
Oh, you were able to activate this. A map of the facility. But it's corrupted. Ah, you want to go there. In that case, this elevator is the only way down. But the power is offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life. All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here. Luck be with you.
Okay. Well,
I'll keep an eye on things from here. Least I can do.
how do I get down there? There's a thunder blocker, so okay, central sensor activates, release the gates on beam exposure, currently online. So somehow we were able to turn it on. Safety hatch for cryopod transport, designed to open as pod passes through. Its metals have deteriorated and begun to warp. A strong shock will destroy it. Cryopod, airtight container installed with independent cooling systems for preserving an organism at extremely low temperatures, can operate on minimal power. Snow roach. Snow roaches are omnivorous arthropods found indoors or underground in cold climates. They form large groups and upon finding food will secrete a pheromone that draws more of their kind. The shell on their back is bioluminescent, creating a beacon for them to gather around in dark places. Their body fluids contain antifreeze proteins, fortifying them against low temperatures. They also have a high intracorporeal pressure, which raises their body temperature but causes them to burst at the slightest impact. Ice that is thickened over time, it can be melted using high temperature tools. Let's see. Aerial morphology, Dartwing. The Dartwing is a Chiroptera variant adapted to freezing climates. The claws at the tips of their feet are used to dig into protrusions or grade differences, enabling them to hang upside down to rest. To reduce the energy expense of bodily thermal regulation, they live in caves or abandoned buildings where fewer variances in temperature and humidity are likely to occur. They are nocturnal and have poor vision, and instead use hearing to perceive their surroundings. If they detect the sound of an intruder in their territory, they will attempt to glide down and crash into the invader using their evolved potassium. Once in flight, their trajectory will take them to the location of the original sound, meaning if their target moves quickly enough, Dartwings will instead collide with walls or other objects and perish. Mechanism loading platform loads cryopods brought in from outside onto rails for distribution. Laboratory security door controls access to vital experimentation samples and other dangerous items currently locked. Locks can be managed collectively from the control room. Psychic lock units. Developed during the Psychic era, blocks passages with a wall of psychic energy. These locks can be released using collected TK codes. Telekinetic codes? Lasso. No? Hmm. Floor security terminal. Controls security systems on this floor currently offline. A linked activation device is nearby. Bomb slot. Encased in ice, the slot will function normally once the ice is melted. What's this? Access an encrypted file. Research diary, day 1. Endeavor. Data downloaded to logbook. Endeavor. LMH 2006-2001-026. My name is Targun, and I am a researcher at this facility. I am writing this to have a record of my experiments. When the great tragedy occurred, many fled the danger within the research center. However, at the guidance of Priest Shatoya, a few of us stayed in order to perform analysis of and experiments on Griever anatomy. Our hope is to reverse the transformation by administering a solution of processed green energy to subjects brought to this facility. I want to believe that we can succeed. Floor security display shows the location and current state of security doors on this floor, but is currently offline. Floor security display. Red indicates that the door is locked while green is unlocked. Touching the hologram will release all locked security doors.
Samus? You hear me?
Yeah.
I patched into the facility speakers. I can use them to communicate. I noticed that several rooms were unlocked at once. That was you, wasn't it? Nice. Proceed with caution. You never know what's lurking.
Laboratory security door. Room access is controlled by a terminal in Biolab security. Once unlocked, this door can be opened by touching the hologram. Let's check this one then. Task on for performing internal and external repairs on cryopods, including circuitry replacement and cooling system upkeep. Cryopods awaiting final examination. Pods will be redeployed if all maintenance checks pass. Cryopod repairs and parts replacement complete. Awaiting final check at the expected table. Passing this check will result in redeployment. Cryopod under repairs. Cooling device found to be defective. Its circuitry must be replaced. Cryopods awaiting maintenance inspection. Security. LMH 2006-2001-065. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. Research sample FG021, GE dosage 1.9 GRE. Status: no abnormal effects from dosage increase. Research sample containing a TK code. Whoa, what do I do with this? Hmm. Hmm. DNA sample storage case. Stores and displays airtight files containing NOVA DNA. Scanners are built into the vial holders to monitor the samples. Lasso lock. Device: NOVA DNA sequencer. Lamorne device for complex genetic sequencing, used to identify organisms and analyze genetic mutations. Cover conceals the ventilation shaft. Its metals have deteriorated in the extreme cold and can be shattered from a strong impact. Connects to the adjacent room. Tunnel for maintenance tanks connects to tracking operations across the hallway. Tracks used by maintenance tanks equipped with a latch point, allowing them to be pulled down. Bomb slot. Cap must be removed before using. Maintenance lift currently offline. I reckon we're about to get ourselves a lasso here. Oh, psychic lasso enhances control over psychic energy, allowing it to be coiled into a rope. This rope can psychically grab onto objects and pull them. Using CL to aim at lasso points, use L to attach the psychic lasso, then use the left stick to pull. Okay. Oh, so I can't be in psychic mode. Okay. Let's see what's right here first. Oh, was that one just like shut? Frozen shut? No, so that's where we came from, right? Hey, shot expansion. Okay, good thing I came back. Oh, increased by 10. Alright, thank you very much. Yeah, that's where we were. So what the hell was the point of that? We got nothing from there. Aha. So that's where we were. Two for two. Access code approved. Displaying organism laboratory hologram. Data download authorized. Ah, so we got the map now. Dude, this is a giant area. Map station. Lemoyne terminal for storing map data. Displays a downloadable hologram of the area when activated. Path blocked by rubble from laboratory structure collapse. Blockage primarily consists of materials impervious to beams and explosives. Physical force is required to clear the debris. Got hella missiles now. Oh, wait.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Don't mind if I do. Their heads just pop off, dude. Lemoine made stretcher. Its two wheel sizes reduce resistance, allowing for easy and smooth rotation. Lemoine made stretcher. Frame wrapped by its fall. Wheel rotation unaffected. It will function properly if its safety switch is disabled. Psychic lock units. Need some TK codes here. Security gate malfunctioning. Circuits are torn and it is not receiving any current. The gate material is otherwise indestructible. Tempered glass is cracked in several places. Strong impact will shatter it. That's new. Missile ammo large replenishes 20 missiles.